Coming home. Samantha had always yearned for adventure. Born and raised in a small town nestled among rolling hills and lush forests, she dreamt of exploring distant lands and experiencing life beyond the familiar streets of her hometown. Her heart was aflutter with excitement and restlessness, and as soon as she graduated from college, she packed her bags and set off on a journey that would take her to far-off places, leaving her family and friends behind. As her plane soared into the vast expanse of the sky, Samantha watched the world below grow smaller and smaller. She couldn't help but feel a sense of liberation mixed with a tinge of homesickness. She knew that her quest for adventure was a departure from the life she had always known. Years passed, and Samantha's adventures led her to different corners of the world. She trekked through lush rainforests, traversed vast deserts, and marveled at the bustling streets of foreign cities. Her wanderlust was insatiable, and with each new destination, she found herself drawn deeper into the rich tapestry of global cultures. She learned to speak new languages, made friends from various backgrounds, and discovered the joy of living outside her comfort zone. While exploring a remote village in the Himalayas, Samantha met a wise old monk who spoke of the interconnectedness of all living beings and the importance of gratitude. His words resonated with her, and she realized that her journey had become not only about seeking adventure but also about finding a deeper connection with the world and the people in it. One sunny afternoon, while sipping coffee in a quaint cafe in Paris, Samantha received a letter. It was a handwritten note from her younger brother, Daniel. The letter described a family emergency. Her parents were facing health issues, and her family was struggling to cope without her. Her heart sank as she read the words, and a strong sense of duty and love for her family overwhelmed her. Samantha knew that she needed to return home, even though it meant leaving behind the fascinating world she had come to know. Her journey was taking an unexpected turn, and she realized that true strength lay not only in seeking adventure but also in being there for her loved ones when they needed her most. Samantha rushed back to her hometown, her thoughts filled with a mixture of worry and excitement. The journey back was a long one, and during it, she had time to reflect on how much she had changed. Her once impulsive spirit had evolved into a sense of responsibility, and she understood the importance of balancing her adventurous spirit with her commitment to her family. As she stepped off the train, Samantha was greeted with familiar faces and warm hugs. Her family had missed her terribly, and the small town she had longed to leave now felt like the most comforting place in the world. She realized that her adventures had given her a new perspective on life, and she could appreciate her roots in a way she never could before. Samantha spent her days helping her family, taking care of her parents, and reconnecting with her childhood friends. She shared stories of her travels, igniting their imaginations and inspiring them to dream big. She found that the love and support of her family and community were as enriching as any exotic destination. Samantha decided to stay in her hometown to support her family and be there for the people who mattered most to her. As the days turned into weeks, she realized that her adventures had not ended, they had transformed. She was now on a new journey of self-discovery and personal growth, one that allowed her to bridge the gap between her adventurous spirit and her responsibility to her loved ones. Samantha's presence in her hometown began to have a ripple effect. Her stories of far-off lands and her experiences of different cultures ignited a spark of curiosity among the townsfolk. Some of the young residents, who had never left the town, started dreaming of exploring the world themselves. Samantha, always eager to share her knowledge and passion, organized travel talks and cultural exchange events in the local community center. It became a place where people could learn about different parts of the world and connect with travelers from various backgrounds. Samantha's efforts brought the community closer together. They found that they didn't need to travel to experience the richness of different cultures. They could do it right at home. The town began to host cultural festivals, where they celebrated the diversity of the world. It was a remarkable transformation for Samantha's small hometown, and she realized that she had played a pivotal role in shaping this change. As time passed, Samantha found a way to balance her responsibilities at home with her passion for adventure. She started a travel blog, where she shared her experiences and insights, allowing her to continue her love for exploring new places and connecting with fellow travelers. Her online presence grew, and she began to earn a living from her blog and travel-related content. Samantha's blog enabled her to travel part-time, taking shorter trips that allowed her to return home when her family needed her. This newfound flexibility allowed her to satisfy her wanderlust while always being there for her family. It was a delicate balance, but she had found a way to make it work. Samantha's life had come full circle, and she realized that true happiness came from not just chasing dreams but also from nurturing the bonds that tied her to her hometown. Her family, her friends, and her community were her anchor in this world, and she cherished every moment spent with them. She continued to learn valuable lessons from her family and her town, lessons that she could have never learned from her adventures alone. She discovered that the warmth of her hometown, the values instilled in her by her parents, and the unwavering support of her friends were treasures that were more valuable than any exotic souvenirs. Samantha's journey was far from over, and it was one that she was grateful for every day. She had realized that coming home wasn't a one-time event, it was a recurring theme in her life. It was about returning to the people and places that had shaped her, about reconnecting with her roots, and about finding inspiration in the love and support of her family and community. As she gazed out the window of her childhood home, Samantha knew that she would continue to explore the world, but she would always come back to the place that she truly belonged. Her adventures had enriched her life, but her home and the people she loved were the heart of her world.